Hey guys, so it's Setchi, and today I'm going to be doing my first analysis in a while. I'm going to be doing analysis of Wizzy versus Zain at Full Bloom 4. I might take notes in Notepad if I see anything interesting, but I'm not sure. So yeah, we're just going to get started. That actually wasn't a true combo. This down for a regrab on DIOA. At 19, as the lower port as Falcon, it only combos for like 7%, like 0 to 7, and after that you want to down throw up air, the DIOA, or down throw nair and then tech chase them or whatever. But this essentially wasn't a true combo, but Wizzy got it anyway. He then goes for an up throw. I think down throw is especially optimal at these percents, where so he gets a grab. Zane's at 28%, so if Zane DI'd away the down throw now, Wizzy could do a down throw up air, and then when Zane DI's off stage, he can do a double jump up air and set up an edge guard. You can't quite do the same with an up throw up air. Like, he gets an F tilt, but that's not really true. And then from there, it sets up a worse edge guard than a double up air would. I mean, the edge guard he went for was oh yeah, also, that was a nice stomp to catch Zayn in his down tilt lag. It's risky because it's a really big timing call out. But yeah, anyway, so Wizzy gets up, and Zayn reacts because he was in his double jump, so he catches his get up from ledge. But then if Wizzy had done a roll instead, then Zayn would have lost the ledge. So what I'm thinking is potentially that was a mix-up, and then if Zayn delayed his up B to get around the roll, then Wizzy could have done a wave dash back after the regular get up, or maybe he could have just like done the old hacks double jump back and then re-grab ledge since Zayn was drifting forward. But maybe Zayn could have jumped back and then hit him in the up B, or maybe he could have just done like hack stash or whatever. But I'm sure there's a mix up there. Wizzy could have just ASDI'd down the up B hit, but it doesn't really matter because Marth didn't have time to follow up anyway. And Wheezy just messed up there. So Wizzy overshoots the knee here, but I'm not quite sure. So he overshoots the knee. It's going to be a weak knee if it does hit. And if Zayn had dashed back in, then he would have been hit by this. But Zayn was dashing too far outside of Wizzy's like threat range to be for this overshot knee to be able to work. But then Zayn wasn't able to. I think Zayn was maybe out of his dash. I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to check. Because otherwise he could have just. It looked like Zayn could have just pivot grabbed, and I think he just mistimed his pivot grab and accidentally rolled. But then maybe he would have been need if he pivot grabbed. So I'm not entirely sure if I'm being honest. But I think he could have pivot grabbed. But then obviously Wizzy could beat that by overshooting further. Yeah, so if that's like not a very good side B in this matchup especially. So you grab ledge as soon as Marth is going to force him to like, as in you're just taking ledge from him. And then this regular get up, if he does this side B stall, you just do this regular get up and wave dash back immediately, and Marth isn't able to hit you in time. So then all Marth has to do is not do that side B stall. At which point you will be forced, if you do a regular get up, he can just up B you, or fast fall up B to ledge, but then you can beat that by doing like a hack stash ledge stall or whatever, but or just a regular get up into like, not a regular get up. Maybe just like maybe hack stash, maybe a roll to beat the fastball up B. I'm not quite sure, but I know that if they do that side B, then you can just regular get up and then wave dash back to ledge. But Marth's recovery can be annoying for Falcon if they get that close to ledge. So when he got a nair here, and he was intangible. I think he has new stock intangibility, so Zain can't shield grab him. So Wizzy just waits and reacts to the wave dash out. Obviously Zain could have done a dash back, which he just messed up. But if he wasn't to dash back after the wave dash out shield, then Wizzy would have just grabbed him. So you can't just like wait reactively like that, I guess. You can actually offer this full hop if you do. I mean, offer this up throw if you do dash full hop up air and he DIs away. You can do a falling knee, and if he DIs in, you can do a double jump up air or just a falling up air. But obviously, the short hop is still fine. It's not a problem. I like how Wizzy is using like these empty hops, like how I would call it the Setchi jump. No matter how many people get annoyed by that, I'm still gonna call it that. But like, it's not as obvious against Marth as it would be against like Spaceys, because you just get around their up tilt, or against Sheik, where you just get around her forward tilt. But against Marth, like, if you do an instant double jump towards Marth right now, then he might try and stuff you with a short hop fair in neutral, or a short hop near in neutral, which is risky. So, by doing this up and then fast falling in place, you can potentially bait Marth into trying to short hop fair or short hop near, at which point you can dash jump cancel grab or dash short hop aerial to try and whiff punish him. So it's just like a form of Setchi jump or whatever. And I think Wizzy just messed up. He gets attacked though. I need to actually practice my text more. I need to start using wank DI into the stage. I guess I'll note that down. Practice wank DI into stage for stage tags. Yeah, again, Zain does that side B stall again, and I just don't think it's good against Falcon. I don't know what character that would be good against, but it's definitely not Falcon. I think it's a bad habit. Okay, there Wizzy should have done that regular that get up attack. He could have just stayed on ledge and then punished the up B on stage with a ledge hop knee or whatever. That was a sick bait. So Wizzy jumps off. Wizzy jumps off to try and bait the double jump there, which Zain does, and then he can double jump back and get to ledge before Zain can grab it. So that's a pretty sick bait. And then he wins the game by it. Yeah, down for a knee doesn't really true combo on Marth. Not that I know of, anyway. Maybe it does off stage, I'm not sure about that. I don't think it does, though. Marth just get hit by it a lot. That ledge dash shield Wizzy did makes sense at high percent. At low percent, I think Wizzy, and not Wizzy, I think ledge dash crouch can be good against Marth, and I've seen none do it a lot. But yeah, because like, whoops, because like against most characters, uh, your ledge dash is going to be fine for like ledge dash or ledge dash shield or ledge dash roll or anything like that. But Marth can just space around where you're gonna end up with invincible and then like fear or aerial when you're out of invincibility. So ledge dash crouch can be good. Yeah, that was good DI. I'm not sure why Wizzy DI'd in. If Wizzy had DI'd away right now, then if Zain had F thrown, Wizzy would have gotten slide off DI. And if Zain had up thrown, then Wizzy would have landed like here, and then he could go for like double stick DI stuff. Yeah, again, Wizzy's a high percent, so he's just going for ledge dash shield. Because like Zayn wouldn't get really much off of grab right now, so you don't risk too much. While at low percent, you don't want to get gimped because it means more. Oh yeah, I think this was the stage where. Nah, it wasn't. Yeah, so Zayn's outside of double stick DI percent, so he can't really. So I get why you would up throw here. Yeah, I think up throw seems like very like fine here, but maybe down throw is still better because if they DI down throw away, you can get down throw up air to send them off stage. While if you up throw and they DI away, then they get to the platform. Obviously, if they DI down throw up and in, then they're going to land on the platform. But then you get a platform tech chase just like you would have off of up throw. I mean, so maybe you still want to down throw. But obviously, Wizzy covers 3 out of 4 options with that stomp anyway, so it was good option coverage. I am not sure how he got gimped. I should not have skipped that. Effort down tilt. Okay, so this wasn't a non-tipper down tilt, so Wizzy could have DI'd the F tilt in. Yeah, that was a non-tipper down tilt, I'm pretty sure. I'm not entirely sure, but if it was a non-tipper down tilt, you can DI in and then air dodge on stage. But otherwise, it's just going to force like this mix-up, which is very scary. So Zain could have actually just double stick DI'd that. I'm pretty sure because that was his forward tack, wasn't it? Yeah, that was his forward tack. So it's like 40 something where they can no longer double stick DI. So Zain could have definitely double stick DI'd this. So maybe Wizzy should have like Waveland grabbed him and then went for another up throw punish. Or maybe he should have down throw instead and then went for a punish like off of that. Uh, Either way, Zain didn't double stick DI anyway, so it didn't really matter. Yeah, again, Wizzy should definitely just DI away there because you get slide off DI and that gets you out of the combo. So like Wizzy DI's in, but if he DI's away now, I'm like 75% sure that he'll get. Actually, no, I'm like 80% sure that he'll get slide off DI. Like, and then you just get ledge for free. So you should do that. Instead, he DI's in, which gets him tech chased, and now he's gonna get combo, and now he's gonna get comboed off of it. So we should probably work on that. It's pretty good in the matchup. Yeah, so Zain gets the double stick DI that time. Okay. Punish the DI in with. So that time, yeah, Wizzy did go down for that time, and he punished the DI in with me. Yeah, so I think Wizzy was afraid of the double stick DI this time, so he goes for Waveland Grab instead, which makes sense, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure Zain can't double stick DI right now. It's like 40 something that they can no longer double stick DI stomp, and it's only his tech roll, his tech in place, obviously, or his tech roll forward. There's a list of characters where, not a list of characters, but like there are certain tech animations where they can't double stick DI as well from them, and I have it written down, but it's in the Discord, and if anybody's interested, just message me. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure you should up throw there, not down throw, because up throw might put them on the top platform, or just above you anyway, which is better than that down throw. I don't think. Maybe there's a back throw bullshit in there, but I imagine just up throw. Obviously, maybe like space your grab to give you some space to dash, so that you can like up throw, dash, short hop up here. Maybe. I'm not sure. I guess I'll just lab that. Lab wave land grab punishes on side platform tax. So again, Zain really likes just like pivot grabbing your aerial approaches. So you should really, like when you overshoot, you should really try to catch him at the very back of his dash dance so that he can't pivot grab you. Um, but obviously that's hard to think about in the moment. That was nice. Yeah, so down for up air does combo there. I'm gonna check why Wizzy missed it. But it does combo with like a frame or two of leniency. So you should just get it. I think Wizzy's short hop up airs aren't instant from what I've noticed, so I think that's why he drops this. Because I think his dashes out of throws are frame perfect. Pretty sure at least. So dash frame perfectly. 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. Yep, not frame perfect on the up air. 2 frames off frame perfect. Jesus. Yeah, Wizzy needs to work on his insta up airs a lot. Like if he had quicker insta up airs, Wizzy would have gotten that punished like easily. So note, tell Wizzy to get better instant up airs. But yeah, just like I've told Wizzy about my up air method, but he uses X, so it will be hard for him to adapt to it. But I think it's still worth it because like he would have gotten this punish if he had better up airs, and then he would have gotten a nice combo off of it, potentially killed him. So it's like it just shows how useful it can be. Especially, and like I've told it, there have been other situations where it's been useful, like against Yoshi off of that throw. Since you don't want to get double jump armored, you need to have quick uppers. But yeah, that's really nice. I've actually struggled. I played Leffen's Marth on net play, and I couldn't deal with some of his phase from ledge. So Zain does a fair drift back, and Wizzy catches him in the landing lag of the fair before he could act out of it. So maybe it's just a timing thing, and there's probably some mix-up to it, but then he hit confirms to a knee off of it. But like if there's a mix-up to it, I'll probably lab it. Maybe just lab bear to beat Marth ledge hop fair. Like I'm sure there's gonna be some mix-up to it since like obviously the Marth could like mix up fair timings and stuff, but still. Yeah, I think up throw is literally just amazing in this situation. I mean, not up throw, down throw is amazing in this situation. Since if Marth DIs in on the down throw, you get a knee, and if he DIs away, you get a dash, short hop, up air, into an edge guard. While off up throw, you don't get as true a combo. Obviously, Wizzy gets on his side, but only because Zain messed up. Or even if he did get on his side, it's not quite optimal. That's just lobby play. Yeah, again, high percent Wizzy just goes to ledge and does the ledge dash shield. I guess I'll just take a note of that. He also does it. He also does it like when he's not just in between stocks. Like if he's at high percent, he'll just do ledge dash shield. But he does it especially when he's at high percent between stocks. Yeah. So Wizzy usually gets. I think Wizzy just messed up here because normally Wizzy, I've seen him. You can DI up and in and then wiggle out to get ledge, but Wizzy just goes for a double jump nair and gets fucked. Yeah, again, so Zain just goes to like the maximum dash range so that he can pivot grab you. So like he reacts to the fact that Wizzy approached. He reacts to the, I don't think he's reacting to the fact that Wizzy does a knee, because knee hits like frame 14, so like you should not be able to react to a knee approach. He's just reacting to Falcon's jump approach. So I think doing like an empty hop bait is still good here, or maybe just like if you just throw out a nair, then he'll go to pivot grab you, and then like the nair has longer range, so it'll work. Obviously, if he's just dash dancing and trying to do reaction stuff, then he could just he would just like he would just like shield the nair on reaction. But if he's just trying to react to your jump with a pivot grab, then you could do an empty hop, you could do a waveland back, you could do a Setchi jump where you like drift back. It's not quite a Setchi jump. It's just a tall hog. I wouldn't call that a Setchi jump, but just like a drift back and then fast fall, and that way when he goes to pivot grab or whatever, then he would whiff and then you could punish him. I'm sure there's a lot you could do. Also, you could just overshoot it further, so like just catch him at the very end of his dash back so that he can't pivot. Instead, he'd have to shield or whatever, at which point you could like grab, since Marth can't really escape, need to grab on shield without rolling or spot dodging. But yeah, Wizzy just misses down for his stuff only because of the only because his up airs aren't frame perfect. That was a sick drift back knee. Wizzy could have AMS attacked that F smash. So after the get up attack, he could have AMS attacked the F smash by doing control stick down and away and C stick down, and then input attack. And that was a missed opportunity to survive. I don't think there's too much that's going to happen in this set that I need a comment on. So I'll just like, oh, I think I might have caught him in the back of his dash, like at the very back. I'll check. Yeah, I think this is like, Wizzy catches Zain at the very back of his dash. So like he's trying to turn around or pivot or whatever, and he can't because by that time Falcon's just too close and he's just getting hit. So that's just something you can do, just like catch him at the very back of his dash so that he can't do any pivot tricks. Obviously it's a hard commitment, and yeah, Wizzy's approaching with nairs now, because like, normally nair approaches are bad because they can easily be reacted to, but like if Zane's just trying to react to your approaches with like pivots and pivot grab and stuff like that, at that point, like, nair does not really get pivot grabbed, so at that point nair is like very good, but you gotta condition him into that first, I guess. But and there again, like, Zain just like reacts to Wizzy's jump in. He's not reacting to the knee because that's like knee hits frame 14 or yeah, frame 14, and like, so frame 14 plus the landing lag. Like, let's say you reacted frame 15 of knee. Well, let's just check. So frame 14, 15. Okay, in this case he might have reacted just because of, yeah, in this case he would have reacted, but Wizzy's actionable. So like Wizzy could have dashed back right here. he was just slow on it. Wizzy was just slow on the dash back. So I think Zain did react, but Wizzy could have also like avoided it. Anyway, that's about it. Half hour, but yeah. See you all in the next video. Don't know how long it'll be until I do another analysis. I've got exams in the summer to prepare for, but see you all in the next video regardless.